Hi everyone, this is audap. Let's continue our game of Miden Tower on Nintendo Switch. There are lots of plants here. It feels so calming. You turned back into a wall, you know. I got so relaxed, I don't mind as long as you don't get careless. This place used to be an arboretum. That's the reason so many types of plants grow here. A sage by the name of Wamuda created this place and used it for his research in crossbreeding plants. That's why plants that normally couldn't survive here are able to on this floor. How interesting. What a wonderful place this is. Are you still concerned about what Raiden said? I can't believe it. Princess Serenia and Aiden were siblings with a close relationship. When she died, I remember him being so distraught he could barely get out of bed. He's human. He can lie or pretend just like any other person. For starters, I wonder if they really had such a close relationship like you say. That's because of the way Aiden treats Nina, who's said to be the spitting image of his older sister. Could you really treat someone who looks like someone you care about that way? For now, shall we see if we can finish this plant? We won't solve anything just standing here. True. Be able to climb that. There's an odd-shaped plant here. Bar coins. seems to be a dead end. Path looks to continue on top of that cliff, but I won't be able to make it if... I won't be able to make us all levitate to that height. Yep. This shouldn't be a problem to get up there. Well, I want you to try giving this plant here a tug without completely uprooting it. You're asking a lot of me. Well, if you uproot the whole thing, you won't be able to use it. Then again, these do spread strong roots, so it should be fine. In that case, I'll give it a go. You're right. It doesn't look like it'll come out easily, so it's time to give it my all. Please keep trying. I sure didn't expect one of these to pop out of the ground. Good job. That ball-looking thing there is called a cannon bulb. The inside is hollow, so we can hop into it. What's that supposed to accomplish? It would actually be quicker to see with your own eyes. Yeah? Cannon bulbs have a characteristic of spitting out foreign objects with great force that end up inside of them. And this is a slippery vine. Its surface is covered with tiny hairs that you can slide on. But since they grow in a downward direction, you can't climb up one of these. And the nectar you can get from this flower has the effect of promoting growth on a cannon bulb. Once you pick it up, it'll wither, but the roots remain. Then, if you wait a bit after that, it'll grow a new flower you can get nectar from again. Now, if you give this nectar to this flower, if you give the nectar of this flower to a cannon bulb, it turns red. Now watch closely. A mature cannon bulb will shoot foreign objects to even greater heights. Incidentally, if you give the same nectar to a red cannon bulb, it will release an excessive intake of nutrients into the soil and turn back green. Wow, don't get carried away sliding down that thing. It looked like I picked up a little too much speed, thanks. Now, it's fine to solve things with magic. Sometimes it's stimulating to get the wheels in your head turning a bit. What an interesting plant. I suppose it is, isn't it? Let's put it to good use so we can make some progress here. This one over here, then. Not far enough. Flowers. Is there not one on this level? Oh, there's not. Paralyzes you. This place looks like it could have some amica growing in it. Let's take a look around. That reminds me, what kind of person was the former emperor? To put it simply, he wasn't wise, but he was a great ruler. Not to the extent Aiden is, but those rulers before Emperor Jade also couldn't be said to have run a government for the people. It was Emperor Jade who changed that. He endeavored in numerous ways to restore the Empire's strength with reduced corruption in the government. I can't say things were perfect, but they were certainly going in a positive direction. It's no doubt because they could feel that the citizens were willing to bear the hardships with him. Aside from that, after poring over every historical record, Emperor Jade came to the conclusion that those in the tower being labeled as evil may not be correct. But being his close confidant upon hearing this, I thought to find out the truth for myself. Yet when his efforts to create a better country were seeming to pay off, Princess Serenia tragically fell to her death from a tower in the castle. Serenia was like her mother, the late Empress, which only compounded Emperor Jade's grief, and he slowly deteriorated for over 7 years. It's now been 12 years since his death. Following that, Aiden ascended the throne. If he'd followed his father's footsteps, there had been no problem. However, Aiden took what was appropriated for the next generation and misused it for his own ambitions instead of the citizens. While it's true the government pushing a position in line with his strong stance increased national strength, so has the suffering of the people. Aiden is abandoning them. While he was still alive, Emperor Jade asked that I support his son. However, I couldn't condone Aiden's actions, so after 2 years serving under him, I decided I'd fulfilled my role and left. I intended to liberate the Empire from his evil rule. My resolve has never changed about that. Yet, when it comes to locking blades with him in battle, the fact is I'm not sure I'm confident I can kill him. What? There doesn't appear to be any arnica here. Let's search further in. Yes, let's see what we can find. A small unit of Imperial soldiers. Let's kill them before they kill us. Defenders, draw your weapons. Haha, smooth, Alan. Oh, that's not my mind. How are we supposed to? It's all your fault because you keep calling me like that. I'm Rianne. Yes, I'm Rianne, and yet. All you do is get rid of you to fix this. Hey, Valen, why don't you die for me? Stop that. It's too dangerous. There's something I want to try. Hey. Sure, Layla? Let's just trust Ella with this one. You're not taking no for an answer, are you? You have one chance to do this. I heard everything about what happened to you. Because I suspected you're mean. I don't want to hear any more from you. Shut up! You're brainwashed by Ada or being abused by her. I really don't want to hurt or kill anybody, right? Shut up, shut up! Come back, me. Let's great match again like when we were kids. I tell you to shut up? I'm not going to get any further with this. Time to stop him. Okay. Layla, please stand back. Nina. Sorry, even though you told me to help you back then, I ran away. I couldn't do anything. It's all my fault. Forgive me. Please forgive me. You're wrong. What? Nina? Tina. She had a different reaction than before. Maybe if I keep calling out to her, she'll be able to return to her old self. But what did she mean when she said I was wrong? Let's help her, Belen, and let's hear the answers from Nina herself. Yeah. This is it. Glad we were able to find some here. Well, if you got any distractions, don't come with us to the showdown with Iden. I'm the one responsible for us fighting together in an alliance. Running away isn't an option for me. That's not what I said. Not everybody's going to fight. On the day we finally face Aiden, you can wait until things are over. He's not the type to hold back. His strength is the real deal. Of course, he's not an expert in every field, but for martial arts, he's got Skude, and for magic, I suspect Nina surpasses him. However, overall, Aiden is the strongest, and he knows how to use magicisms. If there's one less of us when we face him, it's going to be an uphill battle. Even so, it's better than you getting in the way at a critical time. I don't know what I want to do at this point. I'm unsure what the right answer is for me. What do you think I should do? Like we would know that. Only you know what's best for you. Even if the answer or result for someone else is the same, it doesn't mean it's right for you. That's why you need to find your own answer. It's your life, right? You can't leave that to someone else. Ruff, no matter what conclusion you come to, we're not going to reject you for it. Then give me a little time to think things out. Alright? In the meantime, let's return to the Allied headquarters. Alroval Castle. Her Majesty, Brienne had returned. Those soldiers assigned to accompany her had all been killed. As for her out-of-control mana, it appears to have stabilized. However, the intervals between her losing control of her senses have shortened. I believe she is nearing her limit. I do not care. Like the next unit, who will accompany her. It's already been taken care of. Send them with her. Understood. Leave me to my thoughts for a while. Yes, Your Highness. Prince Aiden's growth is remarkable, especially his grades in his studies. Among those next in line to the throne, he is said to be on par with Princess Serenia. Not to mention his skill in martial arts. For only participating in a practice tournament for new recruits, to think he would win a second place, too. With his backing, I'm sure His Majesty and the Princess will be able to look forward to the Empire's future without any worries. Why am I always second best? Why is it I can never be number one? Yes, no matter how hard you try, you will never be number one. How pathetic. But that is the way it is, because you are second in line to the throne. That is why I want you to continue to work hard and become my wonderful assistant. I love you, Aiden, my adorable little brother. What are you doing? If not for you, unhand me, you insolent fool. Ah! It really was not an accident, or that it was me who killed my older sister. I did not mean to do it, but what should I do now? It really is unfortunate about Princess Serenia. Her character was impeccable, and she was truly worthy of being the next ruler. However, it is time to bounce back from this tragedy. Agreed. With Prince Aiden now having become the first in line to the throne, I should do my best to support him. What does that look for? He is the most talented among those in line to the throne, so we have nothing to fear. I suppose you are right. If that is true, if there is nobody above me, then I, who is number 2, will become number 1. I will be able to stand on top. I am Emperor, he who stands above all in this world. There shall be no one who stands above me. Brienne, serve me and wear out your life on my behalf. This time, after you show you cannot stand above me, prove it by dying, Serenia. Several days later. I finished analyzing the arnica. You also have the option not to hear the results, should you desire. No, let me hear them. As you wish. I was able to confirm that poison can in fact be produced using arnica in a specific way. However, it is not very potent, so you couldn't kill somebody very quickly with it. They would slowly weaken over an extended period of time and eventually die. If we hadn't found this in the room Aiden used when he was the prince, we wouldn't have realized it ourselves. Are those tea leaves? Yes, they are herbs that are good for one's health and a common one found in Alroval City. Aiden mixed the poison with them and gave them to the Emperor Jade to drink. He killed him over a period of 7 years. 7 years. And what you're saying is he was poisoning the Emperor prior to my retiring from military service. Now you mention it, Aiden was often serving the Emperor tea, who had a habit of locking himself in his room after the death of the princess. I had always been at his side. Even I failed to realize what was going on. Aiden had no problem covering up what had happened to the Emperor and the princess, and the truth surrounding the tower is enough to bring to light to his subjects what's been going on. Knowing it would pain you to find the truth, we were split on whether or not we should inform you. Even so, I made the decision to tell you. Despite which path we choose, I figured you'd still have regrets after we defeated Aiden. Even so, I believed you'd understand my decision if you knew what really happened. I see. I appreciate it, and I'm glad to be able to know the truth. I'm done sitting on the fence. I won't allow my friend's memory to be stained anymore. I'm going to slay Aiden. Then let's continue making our way down the lower tower. What's the next place like? One where there used to be a town. Warp settings are complete. The name of the place is Matara, Catherine's hometown. Catherine's. Yep, it's where she lived up until 10 years ago. Marcus, we'd like to join you this time, or is that a problem? No. In that case, let's hurry and head there. Falling here in this town for years. Didn't you know that? This is the first time I've come here. I met Catherine when you and her fled to Stowe. You were childhood friends with her, right? Yeah, my dad's workplace was here, so I'd have him bring me with him sometimes. That's how I met Catherine, and we'd play whenever I came to town. The last time I came here was when I fled here, but I can't remember that much about it. What I do remember, though, is 5 days before that, when the tower was attacked, I was playing with Catherine like usual, and that's right. I made some kind of promise with her. Marcus. Looks like we have company. Let's deal with that. That should about do it. Then let's keep going. You're gonna make me fight the battle, huh? Weird. Enough unlock bricks. I think I'm pretty far along in this game. Maybe not. There must be a lot more if I don't have all the bricks yet. I actually kind of like not having to deal with an overworld, that it's just the key locations. Because the overworld in these kind of games always feel like busy work, you know? And depending on the encounter rate, the game can feel like a slog if it's not just the right amount of counters. Oh, I get so few tickets. That's right. I remember now. Huh? The sparkly tree. I promised to show it to Catherine. Sparkly? Tree? Did you say sparkly? It's a tree in my hometown of Sereno. Only Nina and I knew about it, so I thought to take Catherine there and show it to her. It was going to be a secret between the three of us. The sparkly tree is a mysterious tree, and... What's so funny? No, it's just... To see you use the word sparkly in such a serious face is... I'm surprised as he is to hear a word like that come out of your mouth, Alan. It reminds me of a little kid talking. Well, what's wrong with that? I think it means he started to poke his face out from the mask that he's been hiding his childish side behind. That's a rather good sign, if you ask me. Layla, turn back into a wall. Huh? Okay. Look what you did. He's gone back into hiding. I think Sparkly Tree is a wonderful name, Valley. Keep your trap shut. So what's so mysterious about this Sparkly Tree? Shut up. It looks about the same as any other tree, except it's bigger, and the fact it has a strange fruit that grows on it. The second you think some glowing fruit has started to grow, it suddenly matures. What's more, even if it falls on the ground, it won't bruise. It disappears like it's permeating into it. Speaking of, the statues I saw in the Mana Temple and Baum Hall are similar. Also, the mana in the air where the tree stands is thicker than anywhere else, so I was often doing my magical training there. Wait a second, could it be that that's a place that produces mana crystals? There's a statue of a tree with similar fruit in a historical area in the lower tower. The possibility is definitely there. This sounds like a big scoop, doesn't it? In short, it's in Sereno. Sparkly Tree is in the place we were looking for that produces mana crystals. Why are you still calling it that? There are things you can say like mana tree or mana crystal tree. Why do you care what he calls it? Because... Then we'll just call it the Sparkly Tree. Just knock it off. Let's get rid of them. Oh, then, looks like. Let's take them out, quick. Be on our merry little... Look, it's a rabbit. I can see that. Alan, what do you do with those pockets in the front? You've got this. My man and I will do a piece in the rear. Appear to be any more of them. This is near where Catherine's home is. Really? Where is it? Over there. Alright, I see it. Do you mind if we stop by for a minute? It's not that it'll change anything, but... No, I don't mind. This is Catherine's. Welcome back. Catherine can't say it anymore, so it's good to be back. Would you mind leaving us here to talk for a bit? Not at all, but we don't seem to have anything pressing either, so why not? Just don't get into it with each other. I guess we'll see you both later. What do you want? You didn't cry at Catherine's funeral, did you? You looked like you didn't after either. You're so cold. It's not like I didn't think anything. I do think it's sad. But for some reason I can't bring myself to show it, even though I can feel it inside me. You definitely are cold. You and me both. I couldn't shed a tear either. I get the feeling I understand what you're thinking a little more now after losing somebody important to me too. In the place of Catherine, I feel hatred has crept into this hole in my heart. It's bitter. As for you, who's lost everything, you must have a hard time finding a place where there isn't a hole in yours. All you'd be left with is to get revenge on those responsible. You said it before, right? There wasn't anything you could do for somebody who's dead. Do you still think that way now? Yeah. The dead don't think anything. They don't feel anything. That's what it means to be dead. Maybe just like you say, since we can't see the souls of those who are gone. It doesn't mean you can prove they don't feel anything. It's not that they don't feel anything. I think it's us who can't feel it. At least that's what I believe right now. That's why I'll stand tall in order to not let her down. It's what I can give her of myself, and it's how I decide to live my life in her absence. Of course, I'm not saying the way you think is wrong either. That's because we're different people. It's only natural we think differently. And that's why, let me just say this. I was wrong for telling you revenge was a waste of time, insulting you and denying your feelings. For that, I owe you an apology. What's with that look? It's like you apologized to me. Just so you know, it doesn't change the fact I don't like you. Good, because I don't like you either. Don't say it with a smile on your face. Are you done talking? Yeah. Now let's leave things Then let's leave things at that for today. We'll be totally soaked if we stay out in this rain much longer. I have it set up so you'll be able to connect to this place through the list of places we can work to any time. You're just to connect it now? No, because you might try to take off alone. Not alone. You're not going with just Lila either. Hey now, quit sulking. Let's get back to Stoll. Don't treat me like a kid. Stop acting like one. Now, don't kick me. Your leg was in front of where I was walking. Quit being a punk. Sounds like they're back on good terms. Is that all there is to this map, right? From the treasure chest. I was like, fight! Meanwhile, those ruins are surrounded. Defeating the source of the mana crystal was an ordinary tree such as this. So this is what the Miden called a floatstone, is it? All of these were magical stones that came from this tree. The ones that were absorbed into the ground were then carried by the flow of mana and eventually showed up somewhere in the Empire. Mana released from this tree has affected even people. That is why only those who could use magic were born in the Empire. 3 centuries ago, the Medenia stole this tree from the Empire. Due to it, we were no longer able to procure magical stones, and those with strong mana ceased being born. However, this tree, which can be called the source of mana, has continued to produce magical stones in the tower, and is now in my hands. Cut off from the light of the sun, for all these years, it has affected its ability to produce magical stones. Mana crystals have become rare, but they have not stopped being produced. When is the next mana crystal going to mature? Judging from the height of mana here, I estimate 5 days. Let us return here again at that time. This power, the power of my empire, will be absolute. And that is our best guess about how mana crystals and magical stones came into existence. A tree that bears magical stones? To be honest, I do not believe it myself. However, when we looked into the tree under the assumption it produces them, they were seemingly related books with things in them about it in the form of legends and songs. After that, the answer we arrived at is that there is not much difference between these stories and the truth. If it were known all of the magical stones came from a single tree, it would not be unlikely for someone to appear among even us mages who would want to take it for themselves. That is why our ancestors intentionally refrained from passing information about the mana tree onto their posterity. With it having become clear at this point, it would be difficult to try and bury the fact again. It would be necessary for us to teach our posterity correctly, so no such instance occurs. Of course, that will be after we regain control of the tree. Marcus, please report on what you have learned. There should be multiple forests between Martel and Sereno, but they were destroyed by the enemy, and reconstructed into one sprawling area. There, Aiden is building a giant fortress called Vensodal Castle. It appears this is their base of activity within the tower. This is also information from rumors among the Imperial soldiers, but it would seem numerous familiars have been released within the said area. Regarding the location of the mana tree, the path there has been blocked by this castle, making it unreachable. It appears Aiden will visit the castle again in 5 days. That will be when we engage in a decisive battle with him. On that day, you and your party, along with the elite members of the Sentinels, will enter Sereno. The Sentinels will clear a path, so you make for the castle with the goal of slaying Aiden. At the same time, the resistance led by my father outside the tower will storm Alroval Castle and take control of it. For that plan to work, we'll rely on the strength of these former soldiers. They'll pretend to be allies of the enemy, and we'll have them create a disturbance from the inside. They'll look just like the enemy soldiers, won't they? Isn't there a danger they might accidentally attack each other? Of course, I have thought of that. Of course, I have thought of a plan for that. I'll do this. I don't know what to think. I cast magic on this die, so we'll be able to tell the difference, but they'll all look like regular soldiers to the enemy. Hehe, now it's your turn. Wait, no! Great, I'm covered in red. That was a lot of fun. You sure look to be enjoying yourself. I'll dye all the remaining soldiers this color later. before the showdown with Emperor Miden. Are you still awake? I thought for sure you'd have hit the sack long before now. It's too loud and bright outside to get any sleep. You're right. Sage Solus did say this white night she created was a phenomenon that could originally only be seen in distant lands. I hear it's supposed to be considered good luck. Then again, this is a festival for those not participating in a battle tomorrow to send us off. Bear with it. I'll try. By the way, have you seen Lila? If you're looking for her, I saw her headed to the small grove on the edge of town. Alright, thanks. Don't mention it. Grove on the edge of town, huh? Guess I should go look for her there. And why don't we stop it there? This is Apostrophe. You've been watching Miden Tower on Nintendo Switch. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.